Hey guys, as far as I can tell, right now we have a broken public education system in this country. Let's talk about it. For children attending public school from the grades of kindergarten until they graduate high school, parents can expect to spend a total of roughly $160,000 over a 13-year period. And this includes annual supplies, technology fees, after school activity fees, music and language lessons, sports, tutoring fees, and preparation materials. In addition to that, the government spends between $10,000 to $20,000 of tax revenue a year on every single student in public school, depending on where you live in the country. This is an average of $180,000 for one student to attend 13 years of public school. So, how exactly are these public schools funded? Well, the average school district receives about 44% of its funding from the local government, 47% from state government, and about 9% from the federal government. The combined cost for parents and the government paying for one student in public school is $340,000. That's a pretty large amount of money and a big investment, right? So, what are we getting for that $340,000? Are these kids ready to enter the workforce and start producing value for the economy? Maybe, but it's highly unlikely. What does a high school degree actually qualify you for in today's economy? Well, more than likely, you will not be qualified for an average paying job, which this year is a salary between 60 and 65,000 a year. At least not in the first few years of graduation. Why? Simple. Because a fresh high school graduate does not have any experience. As a society, we have found it acceptable to tell this high school graduate that they should seriously consider going to college, even if that means applying for loans so they can qualify for a better job 4 to 5 years from now. So, why is this current system a problem? First, like I mentioned earlier, we have invested $340,000 in over a decade in academic development of this single person. And after that investment, this individual now either has to assume massive student loan debt in continuing their academic journey into a college or university, or if they do not go to college or happen to quit college, then many times they start at the bottom of the ladder as a minimum wage worker. Speaking of college, less than half of all college students actually finish a degree in 4 years. And many students never finish, but they do keep the student loans. When I first left school in Louisiana, the first job I was qualified for was flipping burgers for Burger King. And I did that for the first 18 months. It is on the verge of ridiculous to think that the outcome of this investment currently has an acceptable return on investment. Also, in many public schools across the country, the school's administration often feels compelled to pass students, regardless of their academic performance, because no child left behind. In fact, the 2021 high school dropout rate was at an all-time low of just 6%. This can easily create a mindset of entitlement that can be destructive in an individual's mind. The thought that the school grade advancement is somehow owed to them, regardless of their level of effort. So, how can we fix or improve upon this system? If you take a glance at a common high school curriculum, you will notice a variety of subjects like chemistry, calculus, trigonometry, and period literature. How many students will use this information while being productive in the workforce? There's a small percentage of people that need a strong foundation in calculus. Maybe aspiring engineers or mathematicians, but certainly not an aspiring public accountant. I understand that a good portion of academic professionals feel strongly that our youth should have a broad level of general education and that it can complement many areas in their life. But I believe what we should be teaching high school students are actual real skills in which they can provide economic value in the future workforce. The 9 years of elementary school leading up to high school could focus on the broad subjects like sociology, psychology, literature, the fine arts, which can serve as a general educational foundation. And after elementary school, when a person enters high school, if they desire to be a computer programmer, then focus on computer science classes. If you have ambitions to be a pilot, focus on aviation classes. An aspiring cook should focus on culinary art classes. And internships with apprenticeships should be mandatory. This career preparation should begin at the age of 14 in ninth grade and continue on for 4 years of high school. And what if they don't know what they want to do? Well, this isn't a problem that just high school kids have. There are plenty of people in their 30s and 40s that still don't know what they want to be. The parent should serve as a guide with the school and assist the career exploration process for the youth beginning at a young age. Then, after the high school graduation, we do not have lost kids drifting aimlessly into minimum wage jobs or unemployment unless that's what they desire to do. School isn't for everyone. I personally was miserable every day I was forced to sit through a classroom with 30 other kids and a teacher for 8 hours. Most of the time, it seemed pointless, and many times it did not appear to provide any value for me. If we start focusing on valuable and marketable skills, then we would be able to produce skillful citizens that can start contributing to the economy and generating value for society upon graduating high school. And perhaps more importantly, we will not be forcing a mountain of college debt upon another generation of youth. So what can we really do about it? Curriculum development is a function of local school districts, and the state you reside in also mandates certain subjects. One way to influence change is to meet your school board members, attend the meetings, and petition for a change. Another way is to write your state legislator and propose a change. The school board and state legislator are both elected positions, and in order to give your proposal more weight and consideration, you will likely need to create a petition of numerous parents who are concerned about the current high school curriculum. I believe this change is long overdue, and we owe it to the next generation. When making this video, it was not lost upon me that this topic would become somewhat controversial. So let me know what you think down below. Are you happy with the current school system? What would you change? Well, that pretty much wraps up the video on 12 years of school to flip a burger. If you have any questions or comments, or you feel like I missed something, please leave that down below. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.